With the end of the FCAS program, Italy now has a truly unique opportunity. The GCAP program, the aircraft that Italy is designing with its partners, no longer has any similar alternative on European soil. But, quoting a movie, with great power comes great responsibility. Although in this case, it's more accurate to say great risks. So, let's do a quick recap. This week, the 6th generation fighter program, FCAS, which had France and Germany as its main pillars, collapsed in on itself. The reasons, besides the desire of the main players to secure the biggest share in building the new aircraft and its related systems, are also due to doctrinal differences. France, for example, is focused on the new aircraft carrier France Libre and is looking for a plane capable of serving as a carrier-based platform that can also carry nuclear weapons. What will the partners do now? As for FCAS, we can say that France will continue with the evolution of its Rafale, with loyal wingman drones continuing to go it alone, in fact truly alone. A joke you'll allow me every time we talk about this aspect, even though I think we'll stop talking about FCAS here on the channel. As for Belgium and Spain, we'll see what they do. Madrid might knock on Turkey's door, with whom it already has defense relations. Turkey is moving forward with its 5th generation Khan fighter jet. As for Germany, we'll open a separate chapter on that in a moment. Now, that the FCAS was doomed has been common knowledge for a long time, and betting on its collapse was an easy wager. Of course, it's disappointing because it shows how difficult it is to get defense companies to work together in synergy, and how often, though not always, European partners focus on the interests of individual states without considering the final outcome. That is, to offer a system, a tank, a plane, or a drone, just think of Eurodrone for example, that does its job well. And it's a shame because European technology and systems have a lot to offer. The United States, I'm sure, will welcome the end of FCAS, the rival to MMGAD, with some enthusiasm, especially since photos of it may have surfaced near Area 51 in recent weeks. Just like with the petals of a daisy, so I imagine Boeing counting the possible petals left, and actually in the Western market there are very few petals or platforms left, actually for now only one, the GCAP. We often talk a lot about the GCAP. It's a program that should give rise to the new 6th generation fighter developed by Italy, Japan and the United Kingdom, along with the whole ecosystem that revolves around it, like the loyal wingman drones. The GCAP program is criticized by some because it is very expensive, that's a fact, and it risks creating a Ferrari in the military field, hopefully not a Ferrari. This, given current realities and the high logistical and operational friction caused by the advent of drones, makes such an expensive aircraft unlikely to make a difference when it is needed. On the other hand, the costs and ambition of this program will create fertile ground for new systems, including dual-use ones, and will give vitality to the industries of the countries involved. And as a result, they will offer systems like sensors and loyal wingman drones that can also be used for legacy platforms. Less expensive, obviously in proportion, and therefore they will benefit from this program. One of the risks, one of the problems that has been talked about the most in recent weeks concerns London. We are getting important news from the United Kingdom, which is about to approve the new defense funding plan, as well as new funds for the 6th generation fighter jet. While I'm recording, by the way, the news has just come in unexpectedly of the resignation of the Minister of Defense after a clash with Starmer, because of the limited resources London is allocating to defense in difficult times. Anyway, be careful, this doesn't mean we should tear our hair out, well, I can't anymore, but it's an important piece for the continuation of the work. So, and this is the important message I want to give you, if the GCAP continues as I think and hope it will, Italy will be at the helm, together with London and Tokyo, of the only 6th generation fighter in Europe with all the related advantages. A unique once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that becomes even more valuable after the recent collapse of rival FCAS. And Germany, earlier I told you I would talk about the Germans. These days on the second channel I had already given you an initial off-the-cuff analysis of what was happening, but there is an important development. It's no secret that Italy, not too subtly, has invited Germany to join the program on several occasions, but Berlin didn't wait for the FCAS crash. They've been moving for some time. A few months ago, we told you about the possible role of Saab in a collaboration with the Germans to bring a next-generation drone to market. But these days, several sources are talking about an alliance. an alliance that's already set between Airbus and 7 companies, including MBDA, to develop an alternative to FCAS. Airbus, it must be said, hasn't just sat idly by. At the Berlin Air Show, it brought the U-760 drone, a collaborative drone with an internal bay capable of carrying out air-to-surface or air-to-air attacks. And in this regard, it should be able to use the European Meteor missile, which is famous for its long range. In conclusion, as I often say, I'm rooting for Italy and for the GCAP. Not for any particular reason, but simply because beyond industrial and prestige reasons, a similar platform, if it were missing, would force us in a few years to look again to the US market for a new fighter jet, just like we did with the F-35. So this is the right time to move forward with the work, and I hope that soon we will receive news from London in this direction. Let me know what you think, whether you view the GCAP favorably or if you think it's a useless investment. I've already said I think it's an excellent investment despite some risks. And see you soon here on Gens Italia. As always, I remind you, share the video, leave a like and comment. See you soon, bye.